Yo, what's going on there, Battlefielders? My name is Pwn. This is another Saturday episode of Aggressive Recon, coming at you guys right now with the JNG 90, the JNG 90. We're using the iron sets. We're just using this thing bucket naked. We're going to do it with what it has and God intended to be used as in all its glory. And I have to admit, I'm going to toot my own horn a little bit. Toot, toot. It was actually a decent gameplay. It's the very first time I've ever used it, and I did okay with it, surprisingly. Better than I thought I would have. So, enjoy the gameplay that I have provided for you. Amen. And for now, I want to talk to you guys about a topic surrounding Battlefield 4. Before that gets into it, some of the Battlefield is going to pick up a little bit soon. I'm just giving you guys, a heads up, as I'm always honest and straightforward with you guys. But for now, it'd be great if you guys can click that like button, as it does help the Battlefield grow on this channel because people are unaware of what it is. So every little bit helps, and I want to thank you for that. But without further ado, I want to talk about what could help the survivability and playability of Battlefield 4. Now, before we cut into that, I want you guys to understand, I'm actually going to make a commentary about this here in the next few days. But I have not followed anything about Battlefield 4. And the reason for doing that is because I like it to be Christmas morning surprise. I like my experience with Battlefield, or any game that I'm looking forward to be raw. I don't want to know what guns are in it. I don't want to know what people are saying. I want to play it myself and have raw first impressions that are just, not impacted by other people's decisions or what they're in it. I don't want them to ruin the surprise and the experience of playing that game for the first time, not knowing what's going to come. So what I'm going to put in here is something that, the second one they may have already done. The first one is probably going to be a work in progress. But I want to mention a few things, in my honest opinion, that would make Battlefield 4 play and survive a little bit longer than it has for this. There was just within 6 months to a year, people were getting a little bit bored of Battlefield 3. Obviously, it's a little bit easier to stick to than other games because of the unique maps, because they stuck to the DLC. They did so many great things with it to try to prolong the game, to make it fun and unique experiences throughout, bringing new game types, vehicles. Battlefield can do that. So they did a good job, but those just tended to last a couple weeks, and you were just kind of like, eh. You know what I mean? It's just like back to ball in a cup. It's just, you could do what you want. Now, I started thinking about what they could do to build up the hype for the game and bring in a different crowd. Now, there are games out there that are dominating in certain aspects. Think, for example, Call of Duty. The people that get the most respect are their competitive pro players. You think about MOBAs and stuff like that, League of Legends, if you will. And the pro following dominates the YouTube or the Twitch following. That's just kind of how it is that there is massive feedback, and so many people have this ambition to be the very best. You know what I mean? And that's just kind of how it is. So I think that's one thing that Battlefield is missing, is that competitive edge, that competitive side. And now I honestly feel that MOBAs are kind of opening the door to the access and sponsorship dollars from these prime, companies that deal with PC specs and computers and items and hardware and software and everything like that. They're now pouring their money into it, knowing that League of Legends, the largest and most popular guy out there, you got StarCraft 2, you got tons of great games out there opening the way for PC, because up until now, you had games, the only competitive games that had money on the line. You had Madden years back. I don't even know if there still is. Halo, Call of Duty, all on the console. It's not easy for PC players to get out there because they don't see the value behind it. But now they're kind of leaning and moving towards it and understanding that there is actually an audience for it and people can appreciate it, especially games and titles like Battlefield that are on cross-platform, that can be on any platform. And that, I guess, you can watch somebody play it on PC and compete on PC, but you can still understand that you can play it on console and still be fun. So I think what they need to do is they need to incorporate it. A while back, I heard a rumor of Battlelog actually incorporating another part of the website that was going to be for competitions. You could even possibly gamble if they were able to get the licensing or whatever they needed for it. But it was going to be a competitive thing, similar to Game Battles or MLG or anything like that, that was supposed to be something I was excited for. I wanted to train. I wanted to get good. I wanted to compete. And everybody has that goal, that ambition. Everybody wants to idolize and be one of those pro players. So I think one of the things that Battlefield really needs to do this time of year, if they can't do it, I don't think they're getting it on the circuit or anything like that. What they can do is bring attention to them, to let them know that, hey, we're not just a standard run-and-gun shooter. We need teamwork, cooperation, synergy, things that you do not get to the level that you can with Battlefield. And that should improve and bring in different things. You have people out there that say games like PlanetSide 2 have incredible ability to do that. But I don't think it really honestly has that end game that something like Battlefield does. So I think when it comes down to it, that Battlefield has a great future in competitive FPS, but it's going to come down to how they do it, how they market it, and how they work with it. But I think that's one way that will keep the game fresh. After you've pub stomped the hell out of everything, getting into competition is the one real grind. You know, at the end of my days with Battlefield, where I started to get boring with it, I started playing competitive. Why? Because you're playing people your level. You're all using the same guns. It's about skills, communication, learning callouts. It's a different game. You might as well be downloading and playing on a different thing because it's an entirely different game, and it keeps it fresh, fun, and challenging. Now, the other idea that I had, and this is something they can incorporate, they've tried incorporating, sort of, and other games have done something similar to this, but this is basically a reward system. What I'm talking about is every goal needs a long-term playability. For example, Pokemon. Simple, complex, just like straightforward. All you got to do is catch them all, right? That's all you got to do. So there are like mini goals that every person sets within themselves. First thing first, let's level up our starter. Let's get him to 100. Let's beat the Elite Four. And then you're like, well, now that we're done, what else do we do? And the only answer is to either try to collect them all or max level everything to 100. Everybody set that goal for themselves. It's not in the code. It's not like something everybody needs to do. You do it anyways. And you keep grinding. If I had a nickel for how many times I have done the Elite Four over and over and over again, I'd be a rich man right now. And you need something like that inside a video game. Like games like Madden, for example. The same damn game every year. You can't change too much. You can't bring new falling buildings in. You can't bring new guns in. You can't customize it. It's the same people, different names, same game, same everything. Nothing can really change. So how do they make that game fun? They brought in competitions. They did things for online. They mixed up the multiplayer. So you need to add internal goals. They have collections and things you need to do to collect things. So you have to have something within Battlefield that makes you want to try to come back every month and do something. So I was thinking about a weekly or a monthly checklist, if you will. What if you got 1,000 SMG kills and you got 28 C4 kills on the objective and you captured 10 MCOMs? What if those kind of things were there every month, but they had a couple rewards for them? So say, for example, the first month it was up and it was noticeable. They need to put this out there so people know about it. There's still a lot of people that don't know about camos or how to get them or anything about them or the new dog tags or anything like that. But if there were competitions every month that if you succeeded and you got all 10 of the things off the checklist, or if you got 2 of them, you get a dog tag, you got 4 of them, you get a different thing, and the 10th and final thing would be like a gold camo for all your guns, or the next one would be a blue desert camo for all your guns, or something like that. The reward is not really in the prize, it's the journey. So at the end of the day, it'd be fun to try to attain and just get to that level and have something like that. So that's a couple things that I think that would create a fun experience for people to play this game long term. And I want to encourage you guys to give me feedback on this because I want to see what you guys think about this. Do you honestly think you find yourself playing the game a little bit more if you had monthly rewards for you to go for? If it was more obvious. I mean, that's something that's there, but you know what I mean. You know, if it was something that was a little bit more marketed, something that was out there a little bit more obvious that everybody knew about, do you think it would help the game long term? And also, what do you think about competitive? So leave a comment down below. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Look forward to some more episodes this week. Subscribe if you are new here, sir. And next Saturday, we've got another one. List a comment down below, too, on what gun and what loadout you'd like to see me use for next Aggressive Recon episode. Peace out, guys. You can find the link down below in the description for my Twitter, Facebook, and all that good stuff. Click the like it button. And if you missed episode 1, the SV98 Cobra site, you can also find that down in the description or at the annotation above. See you guys. Stay moist.